but I thank you everyone for helping me pray para sa health sa akong papa. He's in the road to recovery, so salamat kaayo. And that's the reason why mag-makeup class ko, because it's almost Christmas and wala pa ko lesson sa inyo. So hopefully by January, gamay ra akong lesson, daghan inyong input because you will handle research methods but by your progress reports to me. So I believe nag-start to say that we have at least 4 members in a group and at a research area or field of understanding nga asa ta mosulod sa atong research. So because myself is more on transportation, I will give an example on transportation engineering researches in my discussion today so that makabalo mo how to deal with your own research works as a team. Now, when we have a group, each group, isulat ko palihog, each group should have 4 taskings for members. The task should be nga naamoy writer, that's 1. Writer should be very well versed in doing the write-up. And then second, naamoy analyzer. Siya mag-analyze sa inyong data and sa inyong mga methods of analysis later on. Ang third person will be handling presentations. Tanan presentations from the proposal defense until sa final defense, aning a subject, including sa inyong FYPS when you are in the 4th year already, sa inyong thesis, will be handling all the presentation proper. Walay changes sa inyong grouping unless otherwise ipananghid sa department because we have presumed that with A17, we have established the members of the group that will be carried out sa inyong 4th year level nga thesis proper. Nasabtan?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So very be careful. Do not move into another grouping unless otherwise mananghid mo. And the 4th item is other than the analyzer, the presenter, and the writer is naa kay person nga maghawid sa data as the data manager. So when you are the data manager, before kay ang data manager is actually the one who's handling all the data survey. But because wala man tay field survey nga mahitabo, karon tungod sa COVID-19, we will have instead a data manager who will handle collections of data, primary or secondary, or borrowed data from any agency of the government or any research groups nga previously nagkandak og data and therefore mananghid ta appropriately sa use of the data. Nasabtan?
Yes,
Nasabtan.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then because naman may grouping, I am presuming na may research area nga gusto i-endeavor nga inyong field of application. So I do not limit you now because you are in the exploratory stage. When we say exploratory, you are still looking kung unsay feasible nga inyong area nga gusto himuon for the research. That's not a problem. But I am hoping that by the end of January, naan na mo'y topic and kabalo mo unsa inyong objective, title, and then ang inyong research chapter 1 introduction will be established with research chapter 2, which is review of related literature. So that is by the end of January. And that is already my target because by March, you are supposed to have a full-blown proposal. Sorry for the signal interruption. So anyway, we presuppose that by at the end of January, makahuman na ta sa atong chapter 1 and 2 so that we will be able to make a very good proposal by March. Okay, so let me start by saying that again, the grouping, ilista ba ako palihog, di na ko mabalik ani. The grouping should have 4 members and each member should have a specific task. Task number 1 is data manager. Task number 2 is the writer. Task number 3 is the presenter or presenter. And then task number 4 is the data analyzer. So kindly make sure na amoy member nga maayo ana and you do not assign members by not appropriately taking into consideration kung kabalo siya sa iyang trabaho. Because otherwise, makripol ang inyong grupo kung dili kabalo mag-analyze, di kabalo mo write, dili kabalo mag data manage or dili kabalo mag hando sa presentation sa usa ka proposal. Okay. So let's move on to the idea ng anong naatay research. Naatay research because the ultimate knowledge that you will be gaining for the next for the last 3 years supposedly will be evident by saying that by the 4th year level na amoy ebidensya to show that you have gained as much knowledge in terms of application, and therefore you have your research as an evidence of that. The research that you'll be conducting is the one that will be left in school to represent your authorship in terms of the research that you have conducted in the university, and that which will show you have an expertise level in terms of bachelor degree in handling research and your technical civil engineering application. So ang research is equivalent sa inyong OJT. When you are an intern in an office doing research, design application or even fieldwork application sa inyong on-job training, the research is the same concept except that the research will show your capacity and capability in handling technical application, be it in design, be it in writing technical report, or presenting your actual research output. So it's very important for everyone to understand that research is your actually option sa signal. Chris, sa imo ng signal or sa ako?
Sa imo, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Location siguro related. So anyway, okay. So please note on the following schedule dayon, everyone. First is that na naman may grouping nga upat and na may tasking. The next step is to note that on January 1st week, you should submit 20 journals for the entire group. 20 journal review based on the topic that you are choosing for your field of application. Now, pwede ba magdoble, ma'am, og topic? Kaya di pa ko sure. No problem. That only means that you double your effort, you make another 20 journals for the research topic that you are taking into consideration for this subject. So, by January 8 or 7, depende kung Saturday na siya or Sunday, I will plug in there the requirement as a project for midterms that you have submitted 20 journal reviews related to the topic that you have chosen for the research. So each group member should read 5 important journal that has a leverage on your topic discussion. In particular, ang inyong topic pili, and the journal that you have read should be related to methodology and data analysis. Palihog kog sulat, para dili ko mabalik og storya. The journal should be related to the methodology and the data or the data analysis of your research topic. Now, if you are choosing 2 topics because you are not still sure if you are gonna venture one or get the other, then you can double the journal for one topic, another journal na 20 for the other topic. That's okay. So that means you are hitting 2 birds in one shot. In the assumption that you're not still sure which topic will be more advantageous sa inyong grupo. Okay, that's for January 7 or January 8. January 15, I would have you to check unsa inyong research objective and title sa research. That means to say you are able now to write chapter 1 because chapter 1 will have the title, the discussion of the introduction of the research, the significance, the limitation, the objectives, and the definition of terms. So ayaw na mag-worry. I will give the layout later on and I'll show an example para na may framework of ideas. But that is important item to be considered for January 15. You will be able to build your chapter 1 appropriately with the title and a fix or complete definition of terms and complete specific objective. Okay. On January 2025, kanang nga period, I will have you to work on chapter 2 because nag-review naman mong journal, himuon na ninyo inyong chapter 2. You have to build up your chapter 2 in a way that is coherent, concise, brief, and very clear on the direction of your objective and the title of your research. So, January 20 to 25 will be submission for chapter 2. Okay. So with that said, after January, by February, you should be able to build your entire chapter 1, 2, and 3. 3 will be related to methodology. Ang methodology is based on your review, chapter 2, sa journals nga inyong gibasa on method of the research, data analysis, and data. So you will only have to polish because you already read a lot about the method, the data, and the data analysis. That's for chapter 3. And then by March or end of February, before mag-March, you should have built your proposal paper. And that would mean you include already chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and then an item which is related to timeline and budget of the research. Timeline would be we schedule 1/2 semester unsa inyong buhaton sa 4th year. And then another one which is budget, kung naamo budget ma-incur sa pag-collect sa data or sa pagtrabaho sa inyong research. Anton, imuhan na? Okay sa ni ba? Palihog ko, check your microphone. Nakoy background. Okay. So far na, question? Sa schedule nga akong gihatag.
Ma'am?
Ma'am, nakoy ikaw sa
Sige.
Ay, ikaw sa Neil.
ma'am, nakoy question about sa katong review, katong 20 journals, ma'am, may pass.
Yes.
Kanang among i-send sa first week sa January, ma'am, kay ang titles lang sa journal na mong gibasa or murag RRL na gamay.
RRL na gid siya, dili siya gamay. Dako nga RRL na, dakuan na nga RRL ha. The more the better. But akong minimum is 20.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Next.
Ma'am, kanang na kay ano po kanang for consultation, ma'am?
Yeah, I could do that, pero ayaw lang kar sa Christmas break kay medyo ano man, after lang siguro sa Christmas, after sa 24, it's good na Mayo. We can schedule, si Krisha kung ipa-schedule so that we can have maybe sa 28, 27, okay na ko ana, no problem. Online man sad ta, so I'm happy to accommodate you for consultation. Basta gabi lang siya or dili kay sa adlawan kay hinay ang signal like karon o putol-putol ko twice na ko naputol. So I would rather have it katong gi-suggest ni Krisha ganina nga night 10 o'clock, that's better for me because the signal is better on the late evening and usually maka-cover ko more than the usual nga required.
Ma'am, if by group po ang consultation, pwede ra po awat inanip, ma'am, nga pwede may mag-request if Zoom okay ra sa imo, ma'am. If free ka po.
Okay, sorry na interrupt na sad ko, pero motong ingon, I could accommodate, mapaschedule lang ta ni Krisa, maayo man si Krisha sa kanang coordination sa grupo, but the biddle is different. Si Krisha is more or less contact person ako if you need help or consultation. So we can schedule it on December 27 or 28. That's fine with me. Basta after Christmas and before New Year, that's okay. So I could help you build your research topic. But I would want you to look out on these three things. Please do not be complacent in actually complacent in handling the online research method that we're doing now, because I'm very particular with research. Second is that when I say this is the deadline, follow the deadline as appropriately mentioned by Ma'am Annabelle. Kay mag-stricto ko sa deadline. It's not Google form, it's really deadline. You should submit your paper appropriately by group. Third is that when I say you read as much because walay magtuno sa inyo sa topic or idea if dili mo magbasa. Research is basically your understanding of what you're doing. If you're not reading as much, you will not understand what you are doing. Nobody will do that for you except as a group. You will be a team. Ingon sila, 2 heads is better than 1. Yes, if the 2 heads are working. But if the 2 or 3 or 4 heads are not working, there's nothing an output that come out of the 4 heads. Nasabtan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sige. Thank you kay everyone. So I have only 40 minutes man ni siya, Chris, no? Tama ba ko, Chris?
Yes, ma'am.
I have mga 15. Sige. Any more questions so I can proceed to an example?
Question, ma'am.
Yes.
Kaning presenter, ma'am ba, March pa man ang proposal, March pa po siya maglihok.
No. I'm sorry to say, mag-present mo sa ako, dili sa proposal defense. You have to present to me as a group. The presenter will have that job.
Okay, ma'am.
So therefore, kung wala pa'y trabaho ang writer, magbasa gid mo tanan, kay dili man maka-write ang writer kung dili magbasa tanan, right? Ang data manager, dili sad siya makahimog data collection kung dili mo mangita, asa mo mangitag data. It only means na point person, but you still work as one. Na point person sa presentation, na point person sa data management, na point person sa analysis, na point person sa writer. The point person is responsible to a specific task, but that doesn't mean that as a team, you will not work for that person. You work still as one para makapresent si Neil Travella, for example, sa topic. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, daayo. Ang masabda nato nga dili ang trabaho dedicate lang sa usa ka tawo. Ang trabaho is dedicated to everybody, but daan lang kay point person to handle it when it's required already. Okay. So that being said, napay question? Wala na? Sige, I would like to share a screen and show you my research done so that naamoy idea unsa ang research all about. Okay. So this entity. Unsa man ang area nga gitumong Cagayan de Oro City. And why? Because we need to build the environment of Cagayan de Oro. So the title in itself is complete. The idea is complete, na ang topic, na ang tumong, na ang location. Nasabtan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You do the same with your title. You have to be very complete in terms of the idea. The title need not to be a brainer, no? You just have to make sure na kay keywords. Ang keyword sa topic, ang keyword sa location, and ang keyword sa imong tumong. It may not be perfect. It's a work in progress, but at least ma-plaster mo siya, and that's good enough. Sometimes, kung dili ka mabutang ang adjective, because engineering man tayo, you can have the topic, transportation engineering. Ang area of application is research and collaboration. And then, ang specific nga imong applied area is mo ingon ka nga, it is about surveying, or about design, or about simulation, or about mapping. So that's the next item. And then you still say unsa nga location or area. So Cagayan de Oro City, or maybe Carmen nga study on landslide, ana dayon. So that's a very good idea na dayon sa imong title. So next, I'm gonna show giyon sa nako ba build ang introduction for the presenter ni siya, at the same time sa topic build up sa inyong topic. So I'm showing Cagayan de Oro City as an environment. So ipakita na ako ang ninth nga environment sa Cagayan. So I'm telling maybe nga mo ni ang urban environment sa Cagayan, they are blah 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 blah. So more or less just a picture, not many words, but the presenter should explain nga nang ipakita niya nga photo and why. Then next, malingon ka, unsa man ang pinaka-topic nga first. So imong i-define unsa ang Cagayan de Oro City by geographical setting. So i-show nimo ang map as ang Cagayan by location, unsa ang specific facts about Cagayan. Pakita pud nimo unsang specific boundaries and region or maybe municipalities involved para sa imong scoping. And then mag-discuss na pud kag next area, very brief on development. Maybe unsa nahitabo ka sa Cagayan in terms of the facts land area, and then movement and facts of growth or population. And then on some development in terms of infrastructure or maybe industries. That's good. That's showing on sa imong location. Okay. So you can also present also the boundaries. Maybe you are showing here mapping related to land use. Unsa ang pag-subdivide sa Cagayan de Oro. And because ang topic man gud kay transportation, so it should be defined as ang mga land cover o ang area nga naa mga urban road network. And that's very important, kay connected pagyapon sa imong topic. And then you show on some boundaries of development. So I'm showing here as a mga residential area, ang main road, then ang build-up development sa Osaka City. That's good because you're showing here land use. And then you say na dayon transportation. So notice nimo, nag-introduce ko sa idea, nag-set ko sa geographical setting and boundaries. And now, ato na ko sa akong topic, transportation setting. All in 6 slides only, nahumanan na ako ang introduction. So I'm now going to the subject, which is transportation. So I'm showing the facts, pila ang motorization sa region and sa city. And computing pila ang motorization per 1,000 persons. So that's actually extracted, gi-compute na ako from the region motorization against sa atong city and the national level. So that's already showing hala nag-compute siya kung pila gid kasakyanan per tao, and that's good kay nag-compute na ka. That's not given nga makita nimo sa LTO or sa population data from NSO, National Statistics Office, but that is your computation, and that means you are a good engineer or a technical person kay imo na kuha nga hindsight sa imong study. You are showing facts, pila ang growth rate, pila ang movement sa growth sa sakyanan. And that's because, na naman kay data, you can actually look at the trend, pila kabuk ang sakyanan from 2015 until 2020, and pila ang growth rate. That's basic statistics, average, standard deviation, variance. So you are showing here pila ang growth kada tuig. And that already shows that as a technical person, you're particular with details of calculation. So facts is important when you build up your topic because without that, you cannot sell your idea. Next is you show the land geographical setting of roads. So ang overpass, ang mga road akong gi-identify and then gi-total na ako ang mga streets. So na ako'y locations for bridges, no? Notice niyo sa road, sa river, gibutan na ako mga bridges. And ang FB is flyover sa Bugo, flyover sa Gaisano City, and flyover sa Carmen area nga yellow. Okay? Okay. Sige. Masabtan nyo kay pila raman ang bridges sa Cagayan and pila raman pa ang flyover. So that's just showing survey area and locations. Then I'm showing unsa ang mga transportation modes, unsa ang naa karon existing. And then I go to transportation initiative. So this is now secondary data. I'm showing kung unsay naa na karon nga ga-exist para ma-build up na kong idea nga unsay kakulangon karon. So dinhi makita ko unsang nahimo na sa Cagayan. So I'm showing nga nanay study sa USAID and ADB in terms of Australian funded road network application sa provincial office atong Cagayan, Kapitolyo. I'm showing unsa nang nahimo nila in terms of study and road network analysis. I'm showing unsang gifund in terms of air quality emissions sa mobile emissions sa dalan. So this is ASEAN GIZ, German funded research under sa ACUA before. And then I'm showing also unsa ang gihimo sa USAID nga support para sa academic institution doing research. I'm also showing unsa mga gihimo nga workshop, seminar, and kanang mga consultative action sa city. Kani sa Philippine Business for the Environment and the World Bank application for Climate Change Action Plan para sa syudad. So this is just background. And makita ninyo tanan niya sa mga news clippings, reports, it doesn't have to be fact, it just have to show nga na ay gi-establish na mga initiative na anay nahimo. Dili necessary kwa una tan ang details sa facts because we don't know the detail after all. It's just really a background. And then napoy gibuhat sa UN Habitat, ang gibuhat sa UN Habitat is housing. So ang mga balay gapaingon man gyud sa mga ang mga dalan ginapaingon man gyud sa balay o sa mga commercial center, so ginapakita din nga napoy gihimo ang UN Habitat or United Nations application for housing application sa Cagayan. And then natay jeepney modernization program magibuhat sa 2017 in the hope nga maayo ang atong mga sakyanan nga pampubliko. And then apo tay initiative sa mobility para ang tanan makasakay og tarong, ang bakol, ang tigulang, ang bata ug tanan nga masakiton or mother nga moadto sa dalan. Dili lang ang able nga tao. So natay gibuhatan nga pedestrian lane, bicycle lane, mga inana. And then this is my research na that I've conducted and it's related to gender. So background nga po ni siya nag-establish nga as a researcher, I'm able to do research. Kung wala pa mo ani, okay ra gihapon. Pero kung namoy makita nga inani nga related sa inyong topic, pwede niyo i-highlight nga na-research and kani akong gusto nga topic. Mo bank ko ani or mo anchor ko ani nga idea. Okay. So transportation studies done competition-wise na mga universities nga ga-study of transportation research. So these are the top University of Engineering field. One of my school nga doctoral is Tokyo Institute of Technology is the 22nd in terms of research worldwide. And these are the established excellence application in sa field of engineering sa civil engineering sa civil university. So these are research that I've done so far. This is in 2018. So 2 years ago pa ni. So I have to update. I have more than 60, 70 man yata. So these are just specific areas na pwede niyo sundan kung transportation inyong gusto. Si Sir Dexter, napod siya sa water and gwapo po siya. Structural, napod si Sir Apur. It just so happen na wala ko'y makuha sa ila because specific man sa ila. And I am your teacher. I'm just showing you how you build researches and asa mo bank ng mga topic. Ma'am, unsang pag-build sa topic? You build topic na will caught your interest. It should be passionately involved kay ka sa topic because otherwise wala kay gana mo trabaho sa topic. If you are aiming for a topic, it should be bank on something that is relevant to you and relevant to the community. So naa kay recipient sa imong research, na kay hatdan, dili lang na sa imong kaugalingon kay kung sa imong kaugalingon dito ra na mabutang sa civil university shelves sa library. Should be nga magamit sa community, be it a barangay, an institution, eskwelahan for example, or hospital. And karon sa case sa COVID, pwede po sa mga COVID nga mga cases or application nga related sa COVID. Or kung for example sa ako, dalan para mahatod kung na disaster or na ay COVID nga pandemic, mga nga things. Those things matters because these are the needs of the community and that needs will translate to how you will be able to help the community. And for that matter, you will be able to also show the motivation of your research. Because walay research nga shoot to the moon, meaning nangambisyon ka sa wala, kay walay makasabot sa imuhang tumong. But if kung nangambisyon ka nga naa kay tumong, dali kay masabtan nga nung importante ang imong research. And that's the reason na ay gitawag na significance of the research and motivation of the research. Okay, so these are the journals I made. This is 2 years ago, so I already made books. One book, di ay isa ka book. I already have one book with co-authorship from Australia and one friend from the university, the OTR, University of the Philippines. I have already, I think 10 or 15 journals, and the rest is proceedings and ongoing and so forth and so on. So, ang co-authorship nako is sometimes student nako sa research or si Sir Jeff, kami gatandem sa research kasagara. Si Sir Dexter gatandem siya with Jeff and sometimes si Sir Apur or sometimes Tagalasal or international. Depende sa iyang application kay namin mga research nga international to local. Myself, ang book nga akong nahimo is a tandem with an international colleague of mine and duha rami sa Philippines katong nasa DOTR and myself. So tulo mi ka author sa isa ka libro. And the rest will just happen if you are passionate of what you're doing. Ma'am, naa pa man may laing subject. Yes, but you know, if passionate ka sa usa ka butang, there is no reason for you not to do about something about it, di ba? Manguyab gali ta, mangita mitag paagi. samot na ko natay passion to something that we are anchored on the belief that it will help the community. So sometimes ang academic endeavor will be aligned with your motivation to do research as well that will help the community. Okay, so this is the trend now in terms of research. So sample ni siya of how we present our data when we are presenting the results. So show nam ang bar chart, and then dinhi nami graphical chart, and then another table chart. Okay, and then napon made another table that with highlights colored lugar for something like female and male, representing a very nice representation. Kani gikan sa konsudyante, no, gipakita nila unsang mga naglabay nga sakyanan pila ka buok sa usa ka dalan, no, vehicle per hour man ni siya. And I think that was a topic last semester ninyo, no, traffic volume count. So this is a very good representation. Dili lang taman sa gistorya ni Ma'am Annabel, but beyond sa gistorya ni Ma'am Annabel, para ang katong tao nga imuhatdan like barangay kapitan or lumad makasabot nga mo din nga kahit tabo sa kundala. Graphical representation is important for those who are not engineers or engineering profession, in the field of engineering profession, because sometimes dili na nila field, so dili sa kasabot sa atong language. So you have to show a representation that will benefit them. And that's the reason importante ang mga map, ang mga figure, ang mga graph para masabtan sa local community. Okay, this is for intersection, no? So gibutang niya asang north, south, east, west, and that's important. That shows nga sa surveying palang application paingon sa transportation engineering profession, kabalo ka sa imong gibuhat because maghabalo ka mapakita sa imong graph. Okay, this is a survey count with presentation of drawings of pictures, no? This is okay para masabtan. First, daghan makitag data, no? Pero kung ma-narrow down na to akong data to a compact level, mas maayo kay para dili daghan storya. Ingon pa sa insik, daghan storya, daghan sayop. Pero kung gamay mong storya and exact like mong storya, precise gud imong Brian, palihog ko sa imong microphone. Okay, so again, balik ko, you have to be precise. When you have so many data, you have only to compact this para dali masabtan. Because wala enough time to discuss everything. You can only do as much in terms of representation. So you should be able to make sure na makita in one slide unsang pinaka-summary sa imuhang analysis. Okay, so I mentioned a while ago level of service. So conclusion na niya, level service sa UPOL, level service sa GUSA. This is a truck study related nga level of service, mga truck routes sa coastal road. And this is another group sa akong research sa estudyante. Very simple, isa ra ka slide, diretso ang answer. And then naghatag sa recommendation. This is another one, medyo complicated, kay na graph, na ay table, na pag kay result. Pero it's okay enough because you have only 3 concentration. Gamay nga, dako nga graph, dako nga result, so, queuing theory, and then gamay nga data table. This is a survey conducted by one of my students who is studying the bridge in J.R. Borja, Carmen, and Consolacion area. So, gipakita niya kung congested or not congested and compute ning intensity. But because complicated man explain ang formula and ang queuing theory sa formula, so gisimplify lang niya, congested is less than 1, uncongested is less than 1 na value, congested is greater than 1 na value. And that's enough para masabtan sa tanan. If we scrutinize, sige, open the book on page something, see the formula, calculation, and everything. But for the presentation slide, and for the summary of the presentation, this is already the result. Without question, dili mo ani scrutinize sa inyong panel because 1, nakasummarize mo tarong with the representation of a table, a graph, and a summary result. 2, naay libro to support that you have already done all the calculations sa inyong research. Okay, this is another one. Gipakita niya ang waiting time. That's okay. Pila de ang maghulat ang sakyanan sa usa ka road nga walay traffic light and naa sa bridge. So this is waiting time. It's the same principle kaganina. Graph, summary result, and then a map. This is another one related to a pie chart. Usahay tsada ang pie chart. Usahay pangit ma-represent of pie chart. So the best judgment of the pie chart, kung inyo siyang gamiton as representation of data, will be up to you. If you find nga kani siya mas relevant kaysa maghimo ko og histogram or graphical chart, that's okay. That's your call. The problem lang sa pie chart is because sometimes limited ra kay ang circle. So you make sure when you do the pie chart, enough space, enough na segregation, demarcation of values para dali makita. So this is how I do my pie chart, no? And then of course, supporting na dayon sa kilid usa ka graphical chart nga bar chart. And that's okay. Duha ra ka concentration in one setting. Walay words. Presenters, walay words. Picture is enough, but you need to reinforce discussion why the pie chart is like this, why the bar chart is like this, and why the result is like this in terms of total value, what is the maximum, the minimum, and the percent. That's important. So notice ninyo, wala ko'y kuana ni Kodigo. Kumutan-aw ka, diretso kami ngon. Ang pinakadaghan nga sakyanan, motorela o motorcycle by 29%, 23%. By emission, ang total tons per year is about 360,000 or 364,000. Pinakahayas is mobile emission based on carbon dioxide. That's it. The carbon dioxide is based on mobile emission or emission gikan sa mga sakyanan. So two paragraph or three paragraph of sentence, three phrases of sentence for the presenter is enough. Challenges and opportunities. So asa man takar mo ba? Usa pa ang pwede buhaton. So this is more like recommendation after naka-conclude ka. So you show these are the challenges. Areas for disaster route, disaster traffic management, public transportation, mga paratransit policy and sustainability application, congestion analysis or study, safety and accident study, policy and management study. Okay. And then design sustainability, intelligent system, Internet of Things. Karon kay na naman ta sa internet platform or the digital platform. So IoT is very important. Seamless mobility is kung magamit kag cellphone apps with respect to a computer app or something para mas mahatod ang serbisyo sa parking, for example, or pag-monitor sa traffic accident or pag-monitor sa COVID cases and asa mga ruta sa nga daghan COVID. Those things matters a lot. And more specifically, cost efficient and resiliency. Cost efficient is gamay kay gasto sa gasolina or sa diesel, or resilient is magamit nimo siya sa mga disaster application, sa hazard, accidents, and so forth. Pedestrian challenges for commuters is unsaon nimo paghatod ang mulabay sa dalan ang mga pedestrian public people nga gamit sa dalan. And then challenges in terms of pedestrian and vehicle facility, ang mga sidewalk, ang mga bicycle lane, ang parking area, etc. Og ang ramp, na-example sa ramp. Ang mga ramp is para sa mga PWD nga dili mahatod kay wala sila ramp area na infrastructure para sa ilahang paglabay sa dalan. Okay. So as simple as that, when you present, you just have to summarize your idea so that it will capture the general public's interest. At the same time, you yourself as a presenter will be confident in what you are pursuing as a research topic or research area. Sorry for the interruption again. Trisha, a while ago, asked me kung pwede mag-material testing research. Ingon ko, that's okay unta kung natay laboratory. But we assume right now nga wala tay laboratory testing mahimo. So we will have to make sure nga dili lang sa nato i-pursue a material testing field of research. Kay we do not know if we can use the laboratory. In fact, ako pa i-consult ka, Ma'am Julie, if we can really use the lab. But for now, ang protocol sa university is no student will come in. So therefore, walay material testing may tabo sa lab. So what you can do is, unsa gato Chris, can you mention again what I mentioned some time ago? Krisha, kapit ng time, Chris.
Ay, ma'am, magkatong sa data gathering.
Oo.
Paan, ma'am, kanang through pag-recycle sa data, like from professors and students, secondary data from
Government.
LGUs, from government, then through online survey, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, very good. Thank you kayo, Chris. So that's the only way makakuha mo data, no? Mag-online survey mo or mag-recycle mo data from old research or old students nga na-research aning area or faculty nga na-research aning area. You can recycle the data that they have. Third dayon is mag-simulate to Trish. Ano to? Ang secondary data from the government. Magkuha mo data, for example, sa City Engineering Office, DPWH, LTO, and something like that para makahimo mo data. And ang last item 4 is mag-simulation. Chris, nalimtan akong ingon. Simulation would mean na may original data, then i-recycle ninyo siya, himuon din ninyo new data. So far, we have 2 areas nga na ay simulation ga kay tabo karon. I think ang Dexter sa disaster, pwede siya simulation. Ako kay first time ko mag-simulation sa akong transpo kay na nakoy EMI nga software. But for that, dili pa kay nako i-introduce kung di ko mo sure kay lisod mag-EMI nga remote kay tanduhan, no? Nakoy mga previous student nga nag-EMI software na, I think 3 groups nga duha. Jeepney study o flood study on road network nga maigo sa flood. So, na 2 groups nga naka-simulation na. But that would mean, kung mao na inyong sudlan nga research, mangayo mo sa ilang time to teach you how to do the simulation. Unfortunately, ang concern na naman sa simulation karon is that the software is na sa ERC office. Sorry kay ha. Nasa tanan sa ERC office, so medyo lisod siya. Kailangan ipananghid namo nga moadto mo one person lang or duha nga moadto sa ERC office to work on the station sa among software dito sa computer lab, computer station sa ERC office. So kana pwede siguro namo ipananghid, but I have to ask muna the dean and the college chairman, if the civil engineering chairman, if we can do that, no? For now, naka-encounter naman mo sa akong survey last time, katong study sa Australia ba to, Chris? Or, Australia nga study, right? Itong interview survey questionnaire, Chris, tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you can do that for disaster application, maybe flood, landslide, and so forth, that's better because you can do questionnaire survey, you ask people kisa tong naduo sa landslide area and so forth, or barangay kapitan inyong interview or something sa online, you can collect all your data. But that's how you manage data then. So, exploratory siya nga application kay online kay tatanan karon. The other one is you make sure you bank on sa university because I think university sa Xavier namon may link. You can get into Elsevier or Science Direct to get information sa inyong journal. Kamo tanan student, ma-access man ninyo. Basta moaging mo sa inyong XU address. So, if you need further question on that, you kindly email the university library to ask on certain topic para sa inyong research so that you can ask the journal sa Science Direct o sa Elsevier because para dili na mo magbayad og journal sa online ninyo. Kaya mga journal nga magbayad. So, dito mo sa university mag-agi library para makuha ninyo ang mga journal nga inyong kailangan. So, this is just the first part. I will meet you again sa 10 o'clock. I will further discuss some item. We'll repeat siguro next week, mga Tuesday, so that I can discuss the 2 more items sa research. And then, I can further explain unsa ang details sa research topic sa para maka-establish mo. Killing time ta kay sa Christmas break, manggod na atay tayo magbasa, no? dili ta ingon nga nag-study but nagbasa ta. It's a different thing. So I would encourage you to read the journals that you're interested. You meet as a group every other day so that you can discuss further unsa gyud inyong research kay ang lisod sa inyo karon kay wala gid mo'y data. So we assume nga kay wala mo'y data, you have to find and ask some teachers or faculty kung na sila irrelevant data para sa inyong research. Kay para makabuild mo sa inyong topic. Our concern right now is that if you wala mo'y data, dili mo ka research and that's it. That's as simple as that. Kung dili mo kakuha data, wala mo'y data, you cannot build the research topic. But if you want to pursue nga mag-research mo with questionnaire data or secondary data from the government and makuha na ninyo, that's good. That's very good already. Nasabtan?
Hi, good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, no?
Yes, oh.
Ay,
Sige,
ma'am,
dali.
sa among groupings, ma'am ba, ang isa sa amo kay nabalin iyang block, pero under yung sa imo. Pwede dyan
Wala
po may
problema. No problem sa ako It's the same group. Isahon naman ako, pag grado naman ako mabulkagon, but the grade is according to the group. So that's okay, kaya ako naman pa na naghawid sa klase. That's
Okay.
better. Sige, no problem.
Hindi kayo ma-appreciate.
Another
Ay, ma'am,
question
ako
before ka
question,
na. Sige. Neil, dali.
Unsa mo
Okay. Sige, Neil. Dali, Neil.
mag-EPA ta ma'am or IEE?
Magtudlo ko anyang gabi 10 o'clock sa methodology, sa atong writing setup, ana.
Okay, ma'am.
Tudluan ta mo naman sa inyong PowerPoint, but I have to explain it further. Then we will be able to handle unsang pag-write up. Sometimes magud ang writer is the brainer of the group. Unfortunately, kay engineering magid ta, sometimes limited ta sa to English language, grammar and everything. But let's not make it a limitation, no? Limitation na gali ang COVID, di ta kakuwag data. Limitation pang English language, excuse me. So, as an engineer, you be strategic. Pangita mo, friend, nga maay mo tabang sa inyong sulat. Eh kung mauna inyong Waterloo, mangita tagpaagi. Bright man ta, di ba? We do not let hindrances affect our progress. So make sure, find somebody, maybe na may friends sa high school, may musulat, patabang mo, tagaan ninyo siya palipay sa Pasko or something, so that you can build your write-up. Sometimes, Bisaya sa na ninyo, ibulat ninyo Bisaya, outline na ninyo, and then later ninyo i-build ang discussion because discussion-wise, basin, dili mo ka sulat diretso. Naman tayo gitawag og writer's block. Acceptable man ang writer's block, no? It's admittedly, even me na ako'y writer's block, bisan daghan ako nahimo a journal. Night times nga pangitaon na ako ang time nga malipayon ko mo sulat o maayo akong disposition mo sulat. And the same na sa presenter, no? Sometimes ang presenter maratol, mahadlok, makulbaan. So you find your niche or corner where you can be very happy presenting your presentation. Writer, the analysis and data manager, medyo siya kanang on the background. But really, when it comes to the defense, kamo ang puntanon ngano na inani ang data, ngano na inani ang analysis. So highlight gyapon mo later on pag abot sa defense. So kailangan kamo tanan as a team magtinabangay, ha? Nasabtan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sige, Juan. Miguel.
Ay, wala ko question, ma'am.
Okay, sa question.
Ma'am, nakay question, ma'am.
Yeah. Dali.
Ang limitation sa research, ma'am, within CDO area, ma'am, or pwede outside sa CDO?
Atong gi-assume kay CDO kay mas daghan data sa CDO compared sa other area.
Pero if makakuha mig data sa urban regions, ma'am,
For example, tagay ko idea.
lugar sa Misamis Oriental, ma'am, as a whole.
Misamis Oriental, daw sa may topic.
Pero example siya, ma'am.
Oh, wala problema. For as long as kabalutang sa topic-wise, suited siya. Kana lang, Jeff. Namang gawin, for example, si Sir Dex kay ang iyang river lugar nga study or flood study kay Misamis Oriental, taas magud ang stretch sa river. But that would din mean nga kwaon nimo tanan, no? Kay lisod sad kayo. Pero kung makuha nimo ang location nga encompassing better, pero that's it kung naagyod, kung wala lisod sad kayo. Ang logic behind is that the more dako ang area, the more daghan ka data i-consider kay dako man ang scope sa area. The more narrow down imong area, the more gamay ra imo i-concentrate nga data. Say for example, ang imong concentration is barangay lang, kay bitan ag creek ra gyud ka. Asa man affected area, Gusa, Kugman. So barangay Kugman, Gusa ra siya. Gamay ra imong scope. And that means to say concentrated imo data. Pero kung may kag Misamis Oriental, dako kayo unsa man data imong istoryahan? Boundary, land use, transportation, may dako kayo siya, no? Kung river, dako pud kay siya nga stretch. So, strategic pud kamo tan-aw kung naa ba ko'y appropriate data for a huge area. Kung naa kay inana nga data, no problem. Na ko'y project karon hydrographic survey sa usa ka power generation hydro plant company. So magkuha mi data sa river, and yet dako kay ang river sa Cagayan, so nagkuha mig isa lang ka location and na siya equipment libutang dito para dito mi mag-collect og data. So that is representing already the entire stretch of the river because isa ka section sa river among gitan-aw for hydrographic survey. That's good enough. But that would mean every day mi magkuha data for 1 year. So inana siya ka kuan Jeff ang consideration, dako galing nga area, dako ang data requirement. And kung nakay data requirement mabang sa usa ka LGU or municipality, provincial office or whatnot, okay ra gid kay na basta naa na data na establish. Ang data nga tong istoryan is present data or past data. Okay ra ang past data for the last 5 years or 3 years. But kung 10 years ago na siya, depende kung say topic ninyo, kay dili gamit ang 10 years ago nga data. Like say bagyo nga Sendong sa study ni Sir Dex, it goes as far as 10 to 20 years. But this is because hydrological yung study about projection of storm and flood related nga topic sa river. Depende sa topic. So tanawa sa ninyo pagbasa mo og daghan para makasabot mo kung kailangan dako ang data, gamay ang data, namo ba equipment or naba mo'y makuha lang nga data kadi man mo ka survey sa field.
Okay, ma'am. Salamat, ma'am.
Okay. Patong mag-survey using a questionnaire, that's okay for as long as kabalo mo na makabuild mo questionnaire. And I think I gave you already a sample katong sa Australian study. So you build your questionnaire and then ibutang ninyo dito ang requirement kasi kung kailangan may bawaan kay computon ko ni pila ka tao, pila ilang income, pila ang ilahang unsa ilang gender or asa sila magbiyahe or sa naapektahan ba sila sa bangga or naapektahan ba sila sa flood o apektahan ba sila sa landslide, sa sunog, o ilang mga balay, ang structure ba is concrete or dili concrete, then kung mag-earthquake, kung sa'yo may tabo sa ilang balay. Those things are part of the data collection kong questionnaire survey. But that would mean, dili ka, ang imong survey questionnaire should not be more on adjective, small, medium, large, nice, poor, or what, but more on quantitative para makakompute ka, like pila ang kahugmo nga story sa usa ka earthquake or pila ang kakamatay kung ay flood or pila ka usa ka taas ang slope sa landslide nga gistoryahan ana. So quantitative para na kay measurement man ta kayo nga base kay engineering man ta, dili man ta science or arts kay ilang survey kay more on adjective related questionnaire. Okay, sige, so I will end here. Murag nakabayad na ko ani kang Trisha ni Chris na kay account.
Wala, ma'am. Tingala pod ko.
Lisa ka lagi to sa 5:02. Taas kay ba? 4:30 ta nag-start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay ra kay 40 minutes, 4:30. Sakto lang no, taas-taas akong time. Wala pa ko naabot sa time.
Wala po. Humot lang. Pero ganina ako nag-accept sa ila, ma'am.
Siguro kay naputol-putol ta. Sige, can I just discuss one more item para unya sa 10 o'clock gamay-gamay na lang. Kay next week akong gusto kay katong strategic na para na may idea kay lisod kay ning wa mo'y hanaw tanan na lisod kay ang topic. Dili ra ni siya type nga Google Forms, no? Paper ni siya, tanaw ni Dean, tanaw ni Chairman. So mag-defense ba mo so lisod kay siya kung dili niyo ma-establish. So let me just have the one topic related to katong question, niya na lang itong question ni Neil kay medyo lisod-lisod to siya, no? Kanilang isa nga about time management kay para masabtan. Okay, see. Kachut lang ha, wait lang gamay. Gamay lang gid kayo. Okay. QRST, QRST, TTT. Ah, naman to siya nabutang. Okay. Oh, where is it? Okay. Share. Okay. Mauni siya kung lesson sa first year, but I'd like to impart this to you. Ito ko magkuhan sa prayer kay para makadiretso no? So this is related to time management. Makita ninyong screen? Okay la ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Kaya ma'am.
Good. Okay, so when we talk about research, natay asset, ang atong asset is time management. Because limited man ta karon sa COVID, so ang atong gimahimo karon is time management as a team, as a group. So sometimes we have to manage in a way to be strategic in advancing our goal, which is establishing our research topic and for the proposal defense. We have to make sure nga kabalo ta how to handle our time as a team. So natay to do, doing, and done. So you have to list on sa akong target timeline na gihatag sa inyo, which is related to January nga mga deadlines, so that you have now to establish your plan on what to do. And then for the next 2 weeks naman ang vacation, you will be doing something about your deadlines. Now, there are the 3 methods of doing time management application. So you have either ABCD, Eisenhower, or Pareto analysis. So ABCD is prioritizing by group unsang urgent and less urgent, and important and less important nga item. And then you look at it as a team, kay upat man mo ka heads. So isa sa inyo nga medyo lax, ang iya is exploratory. Exploratory meaning mag-research lang siya, mag-surfing lang siya unsa ang topic. But 2 or 3 will be very critical in looking at unsa gid ang topic and kung haon pa ba siya sa topic. Kung go beyond siya, i-junk nato na. Kung high-end na po siya, i-junk nato. We have to find a topic na appropriate lang gid sa atong kakayahan karon, considering all the limitations at hand. Wa tay data, di ta kagawas, narata sa online. So those things are the criteria para masabtan nato nga dinhira tataman sa atong research, and we have to optimize these things. So nay mag-surfing sa inyo to look at topic in terms of data, variables needed, survey requirement, and analysis. And then inyo dayong scrutinize kung haon pa ba niya sa inyong research. So that's how you do things in ABCD analysis. The other one is the planning stage of doing unsang urgent nga inyong tan-awon o dili urgent and less important. This is Eisenhower matrix. So kung naana mo'y nakit-an nga topic, himay-himayon na sad siguro sa duha ka tao kung look at kung kani ba siya mahimo within 1 year. I think 1 year may allocation sa inyo ha. So mag-start mo karon dayon I think next semester. I'm not sure kay nakalimot ko sa schedule. But murag 1 year ra ang FYPS or final year project study. So you make sure nga within that timeline makuha ninyo ang inyong tumong. You will have to do your timeline budget, timeline, scheduling, and budget sa inyong proposal defense. Remember, mapakita mo sa chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and aday mo timeline and na may budget. So timeline-wise, yes, assume na to nga monthly ang inyong progress. So you will have about only 7 months, dili 12 months, because defense o ang graduation is a different thing sa 1 year nga period. So you have to set that aside. Kaya napamulaan subjects to consider. Mag-final exam pa ba mo sa ubang subject ninyo sa 4th year. So you make sure nga yung timeline is within 6 to 7 months lang. That means to say, gitarget ninyo nga in 6 to 7 months, humana mo sa research, humana mo sa defense, humana mo kasulat para makafocus mo sa laing subject which will require your exams. Final para makapasar mo and makagraduate mo. So you place into perspective unsa ang urgent matters to be considered at hand, and then stepwise unsa inyong mga movements as a team para makaingon mo nga naka-achieve mo ani and naamoy nabiyaan kay kung naamoy nabiyaan kailangan apaso ninyo sa trabaho ninyo. The last one is Pareto analysis. So dili ang Pareto is 80-20 rule. Ang 80-20 rule is prioritizing your effort with respect to the result. Nine times yung atong effort will have so much time needed requirement but gamay ra ang output. So, di man siya waste, no? Pero it consumes so much of our time and yet gamay ra atong output. What we're after is gamay ra ang atong time requirement pero dako kayo ang atong output, 80%. 20 ra ang effort. Tinapulan, no? Very nga case, ma'am. No! It would mean strategic ka mag-solve sa imong problema. Ang imong first problem is how to come up with chapter 1 and 2. So you divide your group and be strategic in making sure that you prioritize the items that has to be done in an efficient manner, 80%, 20% effort by everyone, yet 80% yung output. Okay? So that's the reason why moingon ko kung 20 ka journals inyong requirements ako bahin-bahinon ninyo. Effort ninyo is tag 5 journals each or 10 journals each. Dayon i-coordinate kung unsa lang ang mahimo, then you discuss among yourself kung appropriate ba niyo journal, kung dili junk, kung high-end ra kayo junk, kung appropriate i-keep. You make your own database for that journal and then make your summary discussion for the journal so that you have already your chapter 2. And then make sure nga naamoy isa ka single email address sa team. Common inyuhang password para dili maingon nga, ma'am, na-doubt akong computer, si writer, wala na mahatag kay na-doubt yung computer. So dako na kayong problema sa grupo kay tanan data, tanan write up to as a writer. So make sure i-upload diretso sa usa ka common Gmail address ang inyong hakarong work para dili mo maglisod kung madaot ang usa nga laptop sa inyong kauban sa grupo. Nasabtan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ayaw po na ilisod-lisod inyong email address. I have one group before nga ilang email address kay birthday nila tanan. So di ka kabalo karon kay una nga birthday, ug second nga birthday, third nga birthday, fourth nga birthday, kay upat man ka birthday. So, naghimo sila again another one. Kaya dili sa kayo doon sa ilahang password. So, yun ko, simplify your email address, common to your group, and simplify also your password, common to your group. Anyway, group effort, masad na siya. So that you can share already your progress and share your ideas with respect to one common file. And that is a file nga naa sa cloud. Okay? Sige. So, kung ako mag-strategic sa inyo when I do my work, I usually have a team. Akong team, like karon si Trisha and si Maui, gabasa sila para sa ako. I research the topic, I look at papers, and then I will ask them to check on this, imuhang area kanilang, kani check on this, imong area kanilang. So, i-trash ang dili needed, and then ibalik sa ako kung importante siya. So, I will read more, but I will have them to summarize. So, summarize si Trisha, summarize si Maui. Bali, secondary sila nga filtering kung appropriate ba or dili sa among objective ang topic. So, that way, klaro sa amo ang achievable ba ni? Dili achievable, suntok to the moon or ambitious sa kay nga research, dili ma-achieve sa timeline, makabuslot o bulsa kay expensive. So, those things matters, no, pag collect sa imong journal. Okay ba ni, kabalo ba ni ani mag-compute, makasabot ba mi sa formula, kung dili ay labay sa nagkadyot sa kilid kay lisod kay sabton ang formula. Pero kung manageable ang formula, manageable ang topic, then manageable pod ang data collection, murag okay na siya, so imbod na siya i-bank na feasible ni nga topic. So ipangsulod sa dito sa feasible, and then later on mag-agree mo as a team kung which one amongst the feasible topic ang inyong i-pursue. That way, makasugod na dayon mo og advancing your review. Dili pwede nga magbasa tag daghan and daghan kay tag gusto, ang ending wala na tay na desisyonan kay lain-lain mo gusto. Ang isa gusto siya flood, ang isa gusto siya og landslide, ang isa gusto siya og disaster, ang isa gusto transpo, na ang ending wala mo nahimo as a team. So you might as well make sure nga cohesive mo as a team to work. And again, you work as a team. Kasi 4 heads is better than 1. So for now, I think I will end the topic here. I think I already ensured that I also discussed time management para klaro sa inyong effort is equal to 80% nga output, no? And yet also, dako inyong ginansya, kung inchik pa sa inyong effort, dako inyong ginansya kay kabalo mo sa inyong gibuhat, and you are doing a lot doing so much, but qualitatively doing as much. Okay? So I'll see you later sa 10 o'clock to discuss further on sa tong next topic, which is related to how to write and how to make your research. Di pa ko siguro magsugod sa title. Overall pa lang siya. Title and, title objective next week na lang, kaya medyo lisod-lisod siya. Ipa-feel sa nako karon sa inyo unsa ang research para din mainganyo mo mo trabaho ani niya. Okay na? Okay, so that's it everyone. Later, 10 o'clock, I'll meet you again. Okay na, Chris?
Okay, ma'am.
Palihog ko kuha sa kuan, Chris. Attendance, everybody. Share na ko, balik ang screen sa imo. 46 ta karon.
Okay, ma'am.
Share na ko ang screen, no? Ay, nag-chat ay sa manager. Nag-thank you ra siya. Okay.
Ma'am, nakuha na ako ang attendance.
Okay. Pwede na, no? Ikuha na ako. Sige. We'll have a dinner and rest for a while. I'll see you at 10 o'clock. Pasensya na-off ko. I think 3-4 times ganina, Chris, no? Pero sige lang.
Yes, ma'am.
Tungod na signal interruption. So, hopefully later, much better atong signal so that I can handle 2 more topics and then next week, makastart na ta sa how to write the objective review of related literature. See you everyone later. Bye-bye.
See you, ma'am.
Thank you.